Hello folks, got another work in progress Wednesday video here, taking a look at what's on the workbench this week. So the big project I'm working on this week is finishing up my 25mm Ground Zero Games Eurasian Solar Union figures here, these ESU naval figures. I have 9 more guys to finish up to paint in this urban camo pattern here. So these guys finish up my platoon. It's going to give me 3 full squads of guys, a couple of little platoon level assets such as communications and anti-armor capabilities, and then I also picked up some heavy weapons. Those are going to be done at another time. I'm not exactly sure how I want to base them, but the crew members and the guns themselves are not going to fit on these 25mm bases, so I will tackle those guys later. So these guys are, I started these guys, these are base coated with Army Painter Wolf Gray, which is this light blue, and then I've started painting. I have to do the urban camo scheme on here. Hopefully I'll get those done tomorrow. It's a nice holiday weekend, July 4th this weekend, so I have Friday off and sometime tomorrow off, so we'll be finishing those up pretty quick. I also have some 15mm guys here that I have stripped. I painted these guys real quick for a con game a number of years ago, 6 or 7 years ago I think. These guys are warbots from the Scene, UK. So there's a nice, these are their heavy warbots. They have a couple of different figures in the line, including smaller regular man-sized ones. So these are stripped. I based them on washers, put down the putty, the basing compound, which I didn't have on there originally. And I have 5 of these guys to paint up real quick and give you a nice chance to do a test scheme for the rest of the platoon. Also have some Ground Zero Games figures to do here. So these are 15mm Colonial Militia. So I've been painting up their 25mm Colonial Militia for my Tomorrow's War. And these guys are just simply the 15mm version. Little guy right here, supposed to be the same guy, old pot-bellied fella with binoculars and a cigar. So I'm all done with these 25mm guys. I'm going to start doing these 15mm guys so I have some matching forces. I also started last week a number of these old Kravak full thrust spaceships here. I got a new airbrush in, Badger Renegade Chrome. Nice little 0.21 millimeter needle here. So I wanted to try running some ink through it. So I picked up a couple of more inks. I base coated these guys in this citron, almost lime green here. And then I airbrushed on a white undercoat and then the red on here, so the red would really pop. These guys are supposed to be a real warrior alien race, so I figured they would not be camouflaged. They would have bright garish colors so that the survivors knew exactly who attacked them. So these were my test pieces, and I learned the hard way that you need to seal after airbrushing the ink on because the wash just lifted them right off. So I have 6 Kravak destroyers here that I then had to strip to save and then repaint. So these guys have been base coated again in the citron green. You can see a little bit of the white peeking out here where the silly putty didn't hold the same shape by the time I got to the red. These guys are ready for me to pick out some of the details on here and then seal them up and then wash them. One of the other things along the same project, I actually started experimenting with removable bases. So I have these very tiny craft jewelry barrel clasps, and they get mounted into the mini, onto the base, and then these guys pop right on there. So that means I'm not going to break any more of these off in storage, which was a problem with my old miniatures when I was doing full thrust about 15 years ago. I just kept busting the flight stands off the bases. So I have a couple of different sizes, but one that I really like is these old GeoHex, just about almost an inch and a half, inch and a quarter, round. So I have to put the flight stands on with brass rod, attach the barrel clasps, and then the other mated end in the bottom here. And that is what is on the workbench today, this week. So, the full thrust miniatures, and then the Star Grunt Eurasian Solar Union I'm finishing up, and then I'll go on to the 15mm guys, which should be pretty quick. Thanks for watching. I'm definitely going to start doing these every week. Fell out of it a little bit, but going forward, this is going to be our regular work in progress Wednesday video.